So yesterday I was in my rain shower with my contacts in, even though I know that when I'm in the rain shower, and I have another shower in my house, that I like the largeness of the shower that has the rain head shower head. I was in it and my contacts moved out of my eyes, and one of them actually moved up much higher in my eye, and I got really freaked out. I got really scared. I focused on worst case scenarios, imagining that the contact could never be retrieved, as though, and if you wear contacts, you probably know this has happened maybe to you once before, twice before. It's not common, but it does happen. Anyway, I was in the shower freaking out. I get out of the shower, my partner's there, she's trying to talk to me, and I just could not listen. She's freaking out about my freaking out. And all the while, my intuition was calmly saying to me, let us help you. Let us just help you. And I don't know about you, but have you ever had this experience where your intuition is gently guiding you? Maybe you hear it like I do, or see it, or sense it, or get a download of information. And for some reason, it's really hard to stop and receive it. Hi, my name is Dr. Heather Schwartz. I'm an intuitive guide, and I am delighted that you're here on my channel. I love being able to offer videos that I hope will be helpful to you as they have been to me, to share meaningful experiences, and for those who are also on the path of soul awakening. What do I mean by that? It means that really bringing together ego and soul, and bringing more of who we really are as a soul and more of the spiritual and intuitive and energetic parts of our lives into the physical world, so that we can have a very unified experience and connect with others from that place. So anyway, back to yesterday. So my intuition was just calmly talking to me, and I've really worked to cultivate that relationship. And it said, let us help you. And so finally, I stopped complaining and I stopped freaking out long enough to let my intuition help me. And lo and behold, my contact just came from here back down into my eyes. And it was wonderful. And I could see clearly, which I love the metaphor of that too. Isn't that awesome? So I don't know if you've had an experience like that, but where you're being guided and it's really hard to stop. And what gets in the way is the thinking, the analyzing, the forecasting, thinking about what bad is going to happen. And in this video, I wanted to share with you that experience and see if you've had an experience like that, where you're being guided and either you're listening or you're not listening. And to also offer a few suggestions about what might help. Now, I am just another soul on the path. I love teaching and sharing the practices that have made a difference in my life, which I continue to find and continue to train in and continue to receive from my own intuition. Recently, there's been a shift from looking externally for teachers to really listening to the teacher within me, which feels very satisfying, and also really feeling the beauty and the love within me instead of seeking it outside of me. And this has been a really big shift for me as someone who had a lot of codependent behaviors. And that really burned me out, honestly. So in this video, I want to share with you just a few practical tips that you can try and practice and see what works for you. And of course, do what feels most consonant with your soul. And you'll know that by whether you feel more grounded, more expanded, more light. You'll know that. You'll know if something is right for you. So the first thing to do, which is what I did yesterday, was as soon as I heard my intuition say that, is I paused. Earlier in the day, before I got into the shower, I told my intuition, hey, angels, guides of the highest vibration, source, I'm listening to you. Please guide me. I'm listening. And I told my soul, please guide me. I'm listening. And open my mind, open my heart, open my ears and my eyes. I'm listening to you. Thank you so much for all the ways you've been there for me before. And thank you so much for all the ways you're going to be here now. And I want you to know that I'm available. And this is an abbreviated version of a Tammy Mastroberti prayer/invocation. And I really love it. And I say it every single day, so much so that when I'm in a state where things are hard, it comes very naturally. So my intuition really wanted to be there for me. I felt the support of it. And once I let go of trying to be the knower and trying to be the one who knew and trying to do it all by myself, lo and behold, it happened. So first step is get in the practice of asking for guidance, for support, for love from your angels and guides of the highest vibration. It is important to say of the highest vibration. I have definitely experienced guides who are not. And to just be very intentional that you're calling in those who are in support of you and work for the light. That's been my personal experience. I didn't used to believe it, and then I had some scary experiences, things that were just challenging that really woke me up to my own power, frankly, and that helped me understand discernment is important. As my intuition says, it's kind of like you don't open up your front door when there's a bunch of bees or, animals outside. You have a screen door that can discern what you let in and what you don't. And this is a really healing experience for empaths, because if you're an empath like me, you might have had the experience of feeling that you couldn't control what you absorbed. And that's not true. You can actually learn how to clear energy and be more like Teflon as opposed to like a sponge. But we all have discernment. So it's really important to specify that you're calling in guides for your highest good, guides who work for the light, and your angels and your higher self and soul and your and source itself, the higher power. So you ask for guidance, you ask for support. It's great to do it when you're not in a place of crisis, because then you'll know to do it more often. I actually have done it in my dreams when I've had bad dreams, because I'm so used to doing this invocation. So, and then you get in the practice of receiving, which feels really great. And it is a practice, especially if you are used to giving, which can be a great way to feel in connection, but there can be self-esteem issues that are underneath giving all the time. So, and issues around vulnerability that at least I have experienced and seen in other people. So here's what you do. You get very clear, you say the invocation, you ask for guidance for the day. And if you are in a state of having a hard time, pause and ask for support at that moment. You might want to interrupt the state that you're in just by breathing or feeling your feet. And then allow what happens to happen. What's really important is to not get stuck in a story about what's happening. Meditation is really great for this, because meditation helps us to be the detached observer of our thoughts, beliefs, and stories, and feelings and sensations. So practicing mindfulness-based meditation can be extremely helpful for beginning to label what's going on and form that level of detachment. So that's another thing that you can do to enhance this process. And anyway, so those are 3 steps. I'm going to stop here. I'm a yes and person. It's always my joy to offer even more, but I'm going to pause here. And you can also, the other thing I'm hearing very clearly is that you can ask your intuition, what would help me in moments when I'm really needing guidance? How can I strengthen the channel between my ego self and my soul to receive more guidance? How can I strengthen this between myself, as I know it, my personality, and my spirit team, the guides and angels and source itself? And you might notice what you get. I'm being guided to say that you can also write it down as a question, and then let yourself just sort of write out what you hear. So that's another option. Anyway, I hope this serves you. I hope it helps you to see more clearly that we are all connected all the time, that you're not alone, and that help is available. Support is here. Love is always, always available. And I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.